Productions.
Yo, 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 what's up, what is going on, people? Welcome to Elm Street. I'm your boy, I'm your host, Money Elms. So, right now we got a lot of stuff going on right now. We have the playoffs in full effect right now. You know, got my Lakers doing their thing. You know what I mean? Hopefully they advance to the next round and say Memphis Grizzlies packing. That's what I'm hoping for. And then you got Curry and them boys, Golden State. Ooh, they're on fire. They just tied the series. That was good, man. I see a lot of youth right now in the NBA, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled to see what's going on with these kids. And a lot of these teams looking tough. Miami looking tough. You know, out there in the East. Then you also, you can't forget about the New York Knicks. You know, they're out there doing their thing too. We'll see who comes out of the East. I thought Milwaukee was trying to do a little something, but ever since Giannis went down with that back injury, I don't think they're coming back. I think it's goodbye. Season's over for them boys. But we'll see what happens. And then by the time this airs, the draft, the NFL draft had done passed us by as well. So we'll see. Hopefully Dallas picks up some good picks. And then we'll see what happens with that, man. Keeping my fingers crossed, because I love my Dallas Cowboys. Even though we have our ups and downs, it's like one of those relationships, still debating if they're the toxic ones. Because I know it ain't me. So we'll definitely keep our eyes wide open to see what happens with the draft. Hopefully next time we talk about it, we're talking good greatness about them Cowboys and Lakers as well. Maybe next year we'll be talking about the Mavs, but it is what it is. But man, I got a good show tonight. I just want to thank everybody who keeps tuning in, week in, week out. Salute to y'all. I appreciate the love. Keep subscribing, keep sharing this content. I appreciate the love. And then we also got that merch, Welcome to Elm Street. Hit me up on a DM and, we'll make it happen. But you know what? Let me go ahead and introduce my special guest tonight. She actually drove a long distance just to be here. So, let's give it up to MurieL.
Hi. Hello, everybody. It's MurieL.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling really grateful to be here tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And you actually, told me you kind of did a long distance drive, right?
Yes, I did.
So how was the commute?
It was good, It feels good to always be back in Dallas. So it feels really good. I was like, all right, I'm gonna come tonight and talk about some good stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. I'm just glad you were able to join us. And, we're going to have a good show tonight. So, you enjoying your bottle?
I sure am. Thank you so much. I am. Oh my God, I am.
Alrighty. Entonces, we're going to get it right into it. Empezar. So, first I'm going to send some condolences out to the Springer family. A legend in the talk show industry, Mr. Jerry Springer, passed away of cancer. So, condolences to his family, to all his loved ones. And, did you ever get to watch a little bit of Jerry Springer?
Yeah, I did. I feel like every time I was at the doctor's office or something. But yeah, it's my condolences go out to his family, to his loved ones, his fans.
Yeah, it was crazy because I remember as growing up watching sometimes there was nothing else to watch, I'd be like, boom, let's tune in to Jerry Springer, see what's happening. And it never failed. He always gave me some good material. He always kept me laughing. And because he always had some crazy guests on there. You know what I mean? Not the type of guests that we be having on the show, but, he had some crazy guests, something crazy always went off on the show, and he was also a mayor. I didn't know that.
He was a what?
He was a mayor.
Oh, wow.
I forgot what city he was from, but he was a mayor, and so he didn't he did a lot of good good stuff out there in Cincinnati.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the mayor of Cincinnati. So the community lost a good one, and but yeah, overall, his shows was always entertaining. Had some good guests, some good topics. And it never failed. He would always have some guests on there wilding out and always getting into it. So he always gave it to me. You know what I mean? He always gave me what I was looking for. So, I wanted to give it one last Jerry. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, baby. But it's sometimes, it's hard to say, when people are gonna go. You just never know. Life's too short these days. And, sad story, So we keep his family in our prayers and condolences. But moving on, I wanted to talk to you about la música mexicana right now. That's right now trending the charts right now. It's on fire with this new corrido movement with corrido tumbado with Peso Pluma. So what's your take on it? Since right now they're saying that it's number one, especially in Mexico. Before you had other artists that weren't Mexican, but they were number one on the charts.
My point of view with the Peso Pluma and the whole movement of corrido tumbado is it's our time. Like, honestly, it's our time to go hard and represent our culture and go worldwide with it. And that's what they're taking it. So it's really exciting, and Rancho Humilde is like really, really doing its thing.
Yeah. And and it's crazy because they just performed on Coachella.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, I didn't even see that coming.
Yeah.
But they were there, Peso Pluma was performing, and I was like, man, it's actually right now it's number one worldwide right now.
Yeah.
So, shout out to, La Raza, Peso Pluma, they're doing their thing. But just, in general, la música, what was it?
Corrido tumbado?
No, the genre.
Mexicano, regional mexicano.
Uh-huh. So, shout out, big time, and we'll see if other genres follow up, hip hop, pop, so a ver qué pasa. They said that they set out to do a goal, you know what I mean? When they found out that la música que estaba pegando en México no venía de artistas mexicanos. It was other de diferentes artistas que no eran mexicanos, like Bad Bunny, other different artists, different genres, pero no era música región mexicana.
Right.
So, it feels good to see, La Raza,
Yeah, it's exciting.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it is.
Hell yeah, let's go.
A lot of stuff is happening. And then I'm even surprised that, what group was it that came out with a song and Bad Bunny jumped on it?
It was Grupo Frontera.
Frontera.
Yeah, they're amazing. Honestly, their songs are so catchy. Yeah.
Do you got a favorite song?
I like Bebé, lo que te digo, ven a ver.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a really good song.
Oh, yeah.
They're great.
So there's a lot of songs right now that, and it's crazy because you'll see them all over the internet. People using them on their reels and it's trending.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Y de Peso Pluma, which is tu favorita?
Oh, he has one with Natal Cano, and it's called PRC.
Uh,
Oh my God, I love it. And I met Natal Cano in Vegas, November, and I started listening to his music. Then I was like, wow, this is really gonna get somewhere. So now to see that Corrido Tumbado is somewhere, it's like, oh snap, it happened. And it's really cool. Like their music is a different vibe, but it's definitely like really, really good to listen to.
yeah, I mean, it's catching fire, and then you're starting to see a lot of more Chicanos listen to it, and it's dope.
It just kind of sounds like Tejano Mexican. Like I don't know how to explain it. So it's dope. It's like a good sound,
Yeah.
And you're right. It seems like it's coming from like artists that aren't Mexican. Like they're from somewhere else.
Yeah. And personally, I've always jammed to música mexicana, like some Chente, Ramon Ayala, of course, Los Tigres del Norte, different genres también de música mexicana. So, it's good to see right now that a lot of Hispanics are jamming to música mexicana now. As far as you being Latina, how does that? How do you react to that?
Oh my God, it makes me excited to continue creating music in Spanish. And that's where I feel like the strongest when I sing anyway, when I sing Spanish. So to see that, it's like, yes, like, yes, like, okay, let's go even harder. It makes me feel like there's an opportunity, and I'm really excited. That's why I'm like, this is the time to go hard. This is the time, because right now it's like it's really being the topic, and it's gonna be something I think no one's gonna forget, that it's making such an impact worldwide, like that big, So yeah, it makes me excited because I see myself as an international star. So to see like Peso Pluma, Natael, Bad Bunny, it's like, wow, okay, it can be done.
Yeah.
So it's really motivating.
And then you also got a lot of artists out here in Texas that are making ripples in the industry. Artists like yourself. You got Christy Lux.
Yeah.
And then you got what's his name? Louis the Singer.
Yeah.
También doing some country. And a lot of people, how can I put it? People got their own opinions, and you got a lot of critics, you got a lot of haters, and they're trying to say, Louis the Singer his music's not really country, but hey, I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Have you heard some of his music?
I haven't, but I have heard of his music before.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's great. Yeah, I think that's cool. I honestly like that's the thing about music. Like, it doesn't have any type of rules or boundaries. It's really about you creating what you feel like you have to create or you must create. Mm-hmm. But people that aren't creators, they don't understand that. So to them, it's like, no, like release something that's common.
Yeah.
And I feel like we shouldn't have to release something that's common all the time. You know? So.
There's always new for some new music.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, like let's switch it up a bit.
Oh yeah, because I mean, sometimes you get tired of listening to the same old, and when something new comes out, people don't know how to react to it or gravitate to it. They're like, oh shit, what is this? Okay, I don't like it. You know what I mean? But and then
it becomes similar to the sound.
I mean, that's how it usually is. People gotta wait till it gets hot. Once it's trending, once they see everybody jumping on the bandwagon, then they want to get on that too, on that wave.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening with the Spanish people, with the Mexican regional music right now. Like that's exactly like now everybody wants to see what it's like. And I'm like, y'all been telling y'all like this is it. Like this is it. Because think about it, it's like soul music but in Spanish. And then when I think about corridos tumbados, it's like I feel like it's Spanish R&B, literally. Yeah. But with like obviously with the other instruments added to it. So that's what makes it more like Latin sound, but it's really like corrido R&B. Well, that's how I see it,
Yeah. But I think like as far as música latina, I think it took a little pause I think when Selena passed,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it's coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Selena was breaking breaking down, knocking down doors,
Yeah.
with her music.
I love her.
You know what I mean? And when she crossed over into the English market, I wish, she would have still been around,
Mm-hmm.
and probably would have seen a lot of different artists that would have came out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like she, when she passed, it took a pause, but, it's almost like it's starting to resume back. And, you have these different artists that are doing great music,
Yeah.
That's all I can say, they're doing great music, and, we'll see what happens with all this. And, we'll definitely keep our ears, open to see what happens with all this new music that's coming out. I'm a fan. I like it. I like the movement.
No, absolutely. Even myself, I just came back from LA and I recorded a Spanish record. And it's amazing because this person has worked with Jenny Rivera, and the producer also got a Grammy with her daughter in November. So as an independent artist, to record with the Latin Grammy winning producer and in Spanish really makes me excited to release my music in Spanish, to also share that side of myself. That's really where my background is. I'm a Latin woman, so it's really exciting to be able to create that art, and then with people that have created amazing records, So to see this Latin music hit the charts, it's that's what I was saying earlier. It's really motivating to me because I feel like it's going somewhere. It's going somewhere far.
So we're gonna get to know our guest tonight a little bit more. Going to Deb, de todo, un poquito de todo. Hay que empezar ¿de dónde eres?
Yo soy de Dallas, Texas.
Born and raised?
Born and raised in Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas.
Okay. Dallas native. Okay, that's what's up. Oak Cliff in the house.
That's right.
And ¿de dónde son tus padres?
Mi papá es de Salvador. Mi mamá es criada aquí en Dallas, pero mi abuela es mexicana.
Okay.
Yes, and then mi abuelito es francés.
It's francés,
Yeah,
really?
So I have French, Salvadorian, and Mexican in me.
So do you speak French?
No, I'm still learning.
She say oui.
Bonjour.
Already. Entonces, pues nacida aquí en Texas.
Sí.
Entonces, you grew up, what kind of music did you grow up listening to?
I grew up listening to Juan Gabriel, Vicente, Selena, R&B, Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
So many stuff like that. Yeah.
So you just had a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. I got really inspired with the Spanish music through my grandmother, and the English through like my uncles, aunts, my father. It was really more like R&B, soul music. I think that's why I have so much love for soul music, because that's what I grew up listening to. But now as I got older, I listen to more like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like now I catch myself listening to like orchestra and then like jazz, and then like I just and I'm like, I think it's because my ears are becoming more like, I don't know, wanting to hear different sounds. But I grew up with Spanish.
I think it's kind of like our taste buds.
Yeah.
Our taste buds. How they change. I think they say I'm not sure if I'm correct on this. I don't know if it's every 6 months or 6 years. I heard something like that.
Yeah.
Where, you might not like a certain food, but then you try it like months down the road and you're like, this is good. And you could have swore you never liked it before.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same thing with our ears, we hear something different and now we start gravitating towards it.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because, it's the same way. I grew up listening to nothing but hip hop, nothing but rap. To me, it started with West Coast music. And then when I heard East Coast, I was like, what is this? It opened up my ears, and then I wanted something different. So, that's kind of how I've been always searching for something new, something for my ear, to feed my ears,
Yeah.
And then, I found música mexicana, of course, my folks jamming out to some Spanish music, Vicente, Los Tigres, various, Spanish artists. So growing up, what would you say, were some of your influences to lead you down the path where you're headed now?
Definitely Juan Gabriel, Selena, Jenny Rivera as well, and Christina Aguilera.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Yeah, because she's like the best of like English and Spanish, like combined. Um, and let me see who else. And as far as a vocalist, Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. And is there anybody in your family that's a musician?
Singers? No. I'm the only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you start your artistic career?
I started my artistic career when I was 9. At a very young age, I always loved singing. But when I knew, like, oh my God, this is what I love, it's when I was 9. And it was after my uncle passed away. I was kind of me expressing, like, how much he meant to me, to my mother. And I was like, I just can't tell you, I have to sing it to you. So when I sang to her, she was like, wow, like, did you write that? I was like, no. She was, I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm just expressing it. She's like, wow, I wish you would have wrote that. Like, that was beautiful. And since then, I just always like continue singing, but professionally singing in 2020.
2020? Okay, that's what's up. The first time I seen you, you came into the studio and you was with my boy GT Garza.
Yeah.
It was funny because before the shows, I'm always, my mind is somewhere else. I'm, trying to get everything ready, make sure, get the stuff ready for my guests, make sure they're comfortable and everything. And it was until Kenny was like, he's like, she was here before, right? And I was like, no, she hasn't. And it's like, yeah, she was. And I was like, are you serious? When? And then at first we thought you came with Crystal Poppin.
Yeah, I hanged out with her.
And then he was like, no, as a matter of fact, she came in with GT Garza.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I do remember. You know what I mean? It was just,
I just had like pink hair, like a pink strand of hair.
Yeah. So then here we are.
Here we are, guys. Now I'm here as an artist.
Already.
Yeah, I kind of came here when the day he had a show in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you in my city? Like, hell yeah. I'll pull up. So it was great. Yeah. They're really good friends, honestly. Him, Crystal Poppin. Yeah, they're really great people.
Have y'all done any collabs yet?
GT and I recorded already. We recorded together, and Crystal and I also recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually being worked on. But yeah, I recorded with both artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the songs ain't out yet.
The songs ain't out yet, but like the one that I did with Crystal, oh my God, like y'all stay tuned.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
It's a banger. It's so great.
So no release dates on that?
Not yet, because we both have 2 different projects we're working on. But speaking to her manager and her, like the agreement was like we're working on the vocals and stuff like that right now. But as far as the release date, we don't have one yet. But just stay tuned. It's coming.
Okay. And on that one, are you singing or
I'm singing.
Singing?
Yeah, I'm singing on that one. She's rapping. But it's like so dope. It's like the like a best of both worlds. It's so cool. Okay. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
I can't wait. Can't wait to hear that. And
yeah, it's such a good like groove. So I'm excited for you guys to hear it.
Oh yeah. So am I. Shout out to Crystal Poppin.
Shout out to my girl.
And then the one with GT Garza, is they just
with GT as well. Actually we haven't gotten on a call yet, but we're gonna get on a call soon. Yeah, so I'm excited, but I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. So I was watching that you was all over was it Univision?
Yeah.
So let us know what was how all that played out.
Yeah, so I did a T-Mobile commercial with I was casted to do and chosen by Univision to do a T-Mobile commercial with Prince Royce, and along with that, Univision was also part of that. And I ended up doing a whole commercial with him, and which was amazing. And also being part of his performance for Premio Los Nuestros, which is a huge, Latin award show. And it was amazing. Like I got the whole backstage and like the whole thing, like it was an amazing experience because I feel like I just saw my future in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how was it to work with Royce?
Oh my God, he's amazing. Like amazing, amazing attitude, amazing team, amazing person. He really, really made me feel like it was possible. Um, he did an interview with Billboards and he was telling them that I was from Texas and that I was an inspiring singer and I was really fun to be with and it was really cool. I was like, oh shit, like on Billboard, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like, this is her first red carpet, so I'm excited for her to continue being more. So it was really like motivating the whole trip. Like it was amazing from the time I got picked up from the airport. And the cool thing about it is also my mom was part of, she was there. And it was a beautiful experience, like beyond amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to see some of the pictures, some of your footage, and I was like, oh, that's dope. You know what I mean? She's actually, out there doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. I was like, oh shit, like what? But yeah, I feel like my work is being recognized and it's, paying off little by little. And now I'm just like ready to, release music because I'm like, this is a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you told me that recently you took a trip out to California.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that go?
Oh my God, it went amazing. I recorded with a Latin Grammy producer who just won his Grammy with Chiqui Rivera, which is Jenny Rivera's daughter. And it's so amazing because as an independent artist to be in these rooms and recording with, these people is really good. It was amazing, like from the whole experience to getting in the studio, all the musicians from the guitar player to the drummer to the accordion player, like they all came in and they all recorded. And since I'm blogging now, I recorded like everybody's name, what they do, what they're here for. And everybody gave a piece of advice with that blog. But it was beautiful. Like a lot of big people walked in. There was Rancho Humilde next door recording next to me, which is like, the people who are managing Peso Pluma, Natal Cano. And then there's this amazing artist named Rob, and he's like a huge celebrity hair barber or barber, sorry. And it was really cool for him to also, he sat through my whole session and a lot of other people, and it was amazing. This lady that is writing a Chicano history book also walked in and asked me some questions and sat through my whole session. So I thought that was beautiful. She was from Germany. So, it was like, I don't know who's in there, but I just prayed and I walked in with faith and recorded my best. And it was amazing.
How many tracks did you record while you were out there?
Well, I was out there with them. Right now, we did one song. And then I recorded one on my end. And yeah, right now I'm just recording. I had mentioned to you earlier, I'm like working on building a studio at home. So right now I'm recording like my own records and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different producers and
yeah, different producers. Yeah, there's different producers, and I have a mentor as well who's also a very known producer. So I'm finding my sound, and while doing that, recording has been really helpful for me because I'm also like expressing, what the seasons in my life through my music. Yeah.
What would you consider your music to? What genre, as far as?
Yeah, right now, everybody's really familiar with my English music, which was like pop and R&B. But right now, what I'm aiming for is in my Spanish EP is like cumbias, Latin soul is what I'm aiming for, and I think it's really gonna be something really good. Yeah.
¿Tenemos nombre?
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm like, cause I'm still working on the design and stuff. Because I really want it to be like really meaningful. Like my previous EP was Trust the Process. So, but I really have like a detailed message behind it. So right now I'm still working on the cover, the whole logo of how I want it to look and the title. So yeah.
So behind the scenes, you was telling me that you're actually learning how to play the guitar.
Oh yeah, I had to like take off my nails. It hurt. I was like, but this is something that's gonna be in a long-term investment. So I'm gonna have to take all the nails, and it hurts so bad. But yeah, because I have a very like another thing that I'm working on is a gospel EP, and I want it to be very soulful and acoustic. So that's why I'm learning the guitar right now because with my craft, it's serious to me. So I'm like I want to be 100% invested into it. So right now, that's the instrument I'm learning.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool. I like to see when artists, you know, take it to the next level.
yeah,
Not only as, writing their own music, but producing and even playing instruments.
hmm
It's kind
yeah.
of like a triple threat.
That's right.
And it's good to see that because a lot of artists, sometimes they just get comfortable, just either performing or writing their own music and hasta ahí. But it's good to see when an artist takes it to the next level
Thank you.
and explores different avenues of the artistic creativity of the process, even down to the producing, mixing, and mastering their own music.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists that, now they know the sound they're looking for and what they want. So, they're like, well, hey, might as well start learning this, start learning that, so I could do my own stuff.
Yeah. That's so true.
Next thing you know, I'm gonna get rid of Kenny and I'll be doing my own stuff. Nah, just like
No,
I need
no,
Kenny.
it's cool. Like even myself, I have now Logic on my computer because like producing is what I'm also learning, and so far it's so good. Right now, with recording my vocals has been a good thing because I've gotten better at it. So it's exciting, but I feel like learning. The more you learn, the more you'll elevate. It's just simple because at the end of the day, be like, well, I didn't get it, but was it really a loss? No, because you still learned something. So it's good. And then plus in the music, I think it's really cool to not only see the process, but be part of the process.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
¿Y cuántos proyectos do you have under your belt?
Right now I have 3.
3?
That I'm working on? 3, yes. But on top of that, I also design my own outfits and, I have my friend who helps me, so she sews them and I design them. So I also have other things that I'm working on because I'm also a performer. So I want to make sure that on stage I'm on point and always making sure that not only the performance and the vocals sound right, but the look is right.
So so when you do your performances, you rehearse?
Yes, I rehearse at home. At home, I have a mirror and I just watch myself. I know it sounds like what, but looking at myself in the mirror and dancing and performing and singing helps me a lot. Also, I have a vocal coach.
Okay.
She's Erica Badu's lead backup singer. So it's amazing. I'm really really investing into my career right now. Not only physically, mentally, but also spiritually, because I'm really opening myself up to not only writing but composing and learning how to produce and playing an instrument. So and being a mother,
So having a vocal coach, is it different or is it weird? Like when I guess because they're actually there to help you out, but at the same time they're giving you creative criticism.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel as far as when they tell you something?
She always tells me there's no judgment here. This is me helping you excel because I create and I help superstars be stars. That's what she tells me, and I'm like, okay. So she's like, let's just work on this, and now I can hit 3 keys higher in my range, and that's just by me working with her in a month. So I'm like, okay, this is getting somewhere. So here in 3 and 6 months, there'll be a change and a whole vision of my performance being with stamina and not getting tired and all that, because she's very good at just she's a really great teacher. Her name's Coach Lala. Shout out to Coach Lala. But she's amazing, yeah. And I can tell the difference. It is really a difference. Thankful. I'm so grateful for my talent, but I know that I also have to learn more from it so I can put into it. So being with her was something new. At first I was like very like what, but now I'm like, oh, this is gonna help me, even if it looks weird, because there's some weird exercises.
Yeah.
And they're also like, you're working out. Like I had to run, and sometimes I run in heels and I'm doing cardio and I'm running in heels and I'm singing. Like I'm singing and I'm running in heels on the treadmill. Or another thing is I'll do planks and I'll do a vocal warm up while doing planks. So but it's so good though, because it helps me stay busy and moving. So when I'm on stage, I'm like dun, 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 nonstop. Yeah.
No, that's cool. It's cool that you're taking your craft serious.
Yeah.
I always tell people, hey, if you're a performer, you're an artist, if you don't take yourself serious, I don't know why you expect everybody else to take you serious.
Yeah.
You gotta dedicate yourself to this craft, no matter what it is. Even doing this, doing the podcast.
Yeah.
You gotta keep
Promote
going.
yourself,
Yeah.
networking. Like, a lot of people are like, well, how do you do? You don't have no management. It's like, I learn from my peers. Like I have a really great support system, and I have a really good group of friends. And, I learn from them, and I learn from like, especially the people like my mentors. Kanye is also a producer / collaborator over 25 years. That's my mentor. So I get the best guidance possible as far as like my music and life in general. So I really try to listen and observe and run with it, So I always tell artists too, like the more you focus on yourself and it's like, you may not believe in me, but I believe in me.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll catch on, like it's like that. Like you have to be your biggest believer, because it will happen if you believe. And not only if you believe, if you're putting the work into it. That's why I'm like, I started my career in 2020, and like the progress I made a huge jump that not many people can do, especially as an independent artist and an upcoming artist. So I always tell people, like, the more you invest, the better. I'm not even talking like money-wise. I'm talking about your art. Like you were saying, the more you pour into it. Even you being here, like you were saying, like even you having this Elm Street, like it started with the vision.
Oh yeah.
Now you brought it to life.
Yep. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I can't believe, the whole new set and everything.
Yeah. People listen to this. You know how many people were like, oh, you gonna be on that show? Oh, hell yeah. About time. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, but people listen, and this is great. Even doing this is amazing.
A lot of times, I gotta sharpen the skills too, Got to keep growing and elevating and just keep going. I just don't want to stay still and stay stagnant. So, I got to do my part as far as, just like you, invest in myself to keep getting better and better, even as sitting here interviewing you, I got to get better as I guess if you want to call it a journalist or interviewer, I gotta get better at the craft. So, there's times where I do the same thing. I'll be there by myself, and I'll run through a show and be like, yo, welcome to Elm Street, blah, blah, blah. And I start talking, you know what I mean? I'm like, a lot of times I'll stop and I'm like, all right, that shit was a little weird, but sometimes you got to do stuff like that, to get better at what you're doing. And, I salute you for, taking your time and working harder on your craft.
Yeah. I always tell people you gotta like trust the process. For real. I even had that shit tatted on me because it's so real. And it may take time, but as long as you put in the work, I feel like everything you start is gonna have, like, it's gonna take off, especially if you do it. Like, you stop. But being here really inspires me to continue going harder, because I'm like, if you took the time to be like, hey, come to my show, it's because something's happening. So that pushes me to go harder. Yeah.
Yeah, just behind you, I have little stuff that I put up, like that sign good vibes, good energy. Because I'm a strong believer in in like the laws of attraction and the laws of the universe, but also I'm a big believer in, my higher power that is God.
Amen.
And
That's right.
because I don't believe that I do everything, to get me to where I'm going. There's certain things, I do my part by staying positive and be like, envisioning certain things. But at the same time, I think God, plays a major role. And sometimes, he'll give you a little hand and open up little doors or illuminate your path. And it's up to you to take that next leap.
God is so good. I am a huge believer. And I feel like every interview, every performance, I like mention that somehow, some way, because at the end of the day, that is my belief. And I feel like that's the truth. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say like the progress I made is because all of my hard work. Like, yes, it's my hard work, but it's also God doing the movement for me, because I believe that my journey as a 23-year-old with a child pursuing a dream, and not even just pursuing it, living my dream, prayer is what keeps me going to continue excelling. And God has really been a huge part of that role in my life.
No, yeah, that's so true. And I was telling Kenny that I was already interviewing in the set in my mind.
Oh, wow.
Before I even had it. Everything. It's crazy, but I started, doing this spiritual journey as well. I've always been, like I said, I'm a strong believer in God, and I started searching more, and I started getting, the more I prayed and, kept my faith, the more I started getting like these visions. And it was crazy because everything on here I had already seen, and like, yeah, people be like, yeah, whatever, you didn't see that shit, you know what I mean? But no, real, I seen everything, the whole background you're behind right now. And then there's still stuff that is missing, that, eventually, I'll get there. But it's because I believe and I have my faith, and I just keep looking forward, and I'm like, you know what? It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When everything's ready, God's going to be like, yeah, it's time. Boom.
Yeah.
And I, the same way with you, you know what I mean? I started, from the time we seen you when you came over here till now, I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, you're making progress, you're growing, and you're out there hustling. And that's what I like to see. Like I always say, that fuels my fire to be like, you know what? I need to go harder. You know what I mean? They're doing their thing. So, it motivates me.
Yeah.
I don't look at it like, I never look at people like, oh, they're my competition or this and that.
No.
What I see them doing, it actually motivates me. You know what I mean? Like, man, they're out there grinding, they're out there getting it. So it makes me like, you know what? It's time to step it up. Let's get on that grind, on that hustle, and let's take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So everybody, performers, fellow podcasters, anybody out there, I don't compete with nobody. If anything, they motivate me.
Yeah.
Especially those that are hard workers and they're out there trying to get it.
Amen. Yes, that's right.
So as far as, do you have any people that you look at out there that stay out there grinding that you look up to?
That I stay up there grinding. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people. Do you mean like locally or just anybody in general?
Anybody that motivates you, that kind of like, you look at them and you're like, you know what? I gotta go get it.
Yeah. A lot of my friends are go-getters, like so go-getters. I have a friend that's a barber. She's a female barber, and like she's the biggest in the industry right now as far as like the barber area. And I have Crystal. I'm proud of Crystal too. She's an amazing friend, and on top of that, she's a go-getter. It's that drive that makes you just like, damn, I gotta go hard. And it's not even like a bad drive. It's like a good energy, like very empowering. And I feel like the sun comes out for everybody, just go out there and grind. So to see people work hard for their art is really motivating. Like that makes me want to go harder. Like you were saying earlier, it's like it fuels me up. Like, okay, this is something that can be done. I see them. This is motivating. It's inspiring. And especially because a lot of them are from Texas, like the people and now I'm seeing them like Europe and Italy and I mean, like Africa. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. Yeah, so it's exciting.
There's a saying that I guess either Hispanic or Mexican's worst enemy is another Mexican.
Oh God.
Well, what do you think of that? You think it's true or?
I think that's so close-minded thought, but to each his own. But to me, nah, I don't think so.
I think if anything, we should. If those who think like that, y'all need to get out of that mentality.
Yeah, you stay stuck.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it's more like, you know what? If I could help somebody, hey, what's up? I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't compete with nobody. If somebody, like I bring a lot of people on here. Yeah. Even newcomers that are coming up and they're doing their thing. But there's always been that stigma that that's why I brought it up, because they say that según
there's a lot of people that I had to realize don't think the same way I do or think like that. Like, like I don't think I'm in competition with anybody but myself. And when I perform, I'll like look at my performances and I'll be like, okay, I gotta do better here. I'll observe. But there is people that don't think like that. People think opposite. And I'm like, okay, to each his own. But to me, I feel like, nah, like I'm not in competition with nobody but me. I gotta focus on me, not what anybody else is doing. I feel like it's a huge distraction. Yeah.
So what can we expect from you here in the future?
A Grammy. No, seriously. But right now, definitely new music coming out. I am working on a few singles. And yeah, I'm ready to explore more and definitely be on tour and have huge collaborations. Like I really, really see that happening, and I'm really excited.
Like, who would you like to collaborate with?
Who would I like to collaborate with? Let's see.
It could be local or big time.
Okay, local. I already collaborated with a few. Let me see. Big time, I would say like group Fuerza Regida, or Grupo Frontera, and local, I would say. I don't know if you know him. His name's Scatino, and he's a part of a rap group called Free Black. Okay. Yeah, it's really dope. Yeah. Honestly, I'm open to anybody that's fucking dope. Just send your shit over. Yeah, like let's create. Like I love that. I think collaboration can expand. So I'm always looking for like art that I can work with, different music. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's good to hear. So there's no date as far as when we could expect your album dropping?
No, no date yet, but there is, but definitely expect singles coming up this upcoming month. But the project, no, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet, no, because I still have other different, 2, 3 that I'm working on, so I'm still setting the dates. But as far as the music is being already created, it's already being mastered and worked on, so I'm really excited about that.
Well, I can't wait to hear those two records you got with GT and Crystal, because I'm a big fan of theirs, and
I love them.
So I can't wait to hear those. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some heat, it's gonna be some fire, because they both bring it.
Yeah, they're both amazing. I truly, truly love both of them. They're amazing people and amazing artists.
Oh yeah, and maybe one day we'll be able to see y'all perform together. Yes. That'd be dope to see. So you was telling me you got a show coming up, right?
Yes, I have a show coming up this Saturday.
So who's throwing that event?
To my understanding, it's Q Taylor, and Smooth Vega, and it's for Tay Day. So shout out to Tay Money.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, it's gonna be a great show. I'm excited. You should come.
Yeah, we'll see if we can make it out there. You know, shout out to Smooth Vega, the boy doing big things out here in the city. So shout out to him, you
Shout out to
know.
Smooth Vega.
So you know, I want to thank you for coming through, you know, sharing a little bit of your story with us, and you know, everything that you're doing. You know, we want to wish you the best of luck
Thank you.
in your career, and hopefully, as soon as those songs drop, you can hit us up with the exclusive.
Hey, yeah.
Because I would definitely, you know, I would love to play some of your music. You know, a lot of times I'll play a music video at the end of the show.
Okay.
You know, showcasing, you know, whatever artist comes through. You know, you have any music videos out now? You know,
Yeah.
we could
I'll send them to you. I do.
Yeah.
I'll send them to you. I'm really, thank you so much.
So yeah, we'll definitely, you know, after the interview, you know, stay tuned, and we'll play a music video so you could check out some of her music. And if you want to have any shout outs, you know, where people could find you and find your music.
You guys can find me on Instagram at MURIE1L MurieL. Also on Twitter, Facebook under MurieL Argueta, and YouTube MURIE1L. Thank you guys so much. And stay tuned because I'll be posting a lot of my upcoming music, events, and performances.
Well, there you have it. MurieL in the building, most definitely.
That's right.
You know, thanks for coming through. So hopefully we'll be hearing a lot more from you in the upcoming future. So everybody, you know, stay tuned, you know, because she got some good stuff coming out. She got those 2 projects. You know, you say you got that gospel project coming soon too, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, y'all stay tuned. She'll be arriving soon, and then, you know, don't say I didn't say it, but you know, we want to catch her now before you don't want to ride the wave. You know,
I know that's right.
You know, that's how a lot of people do it, jump on the bandwagon once it's here. But I wish you the best.
Thank you.
And stay tuned. Check out her music.
Thank you, guys.
And like I said, always keep your ears to the streets, and I'll catch you on the block. It's your boy Money Elms. Peace.
Sound like I'll drive you crazy. I am that lady. You heard my fables. I turn the tables. I'm